So bankruptcy lawyers on behalf of Voyager Digital has asked the court, I believe it was July 14, 2022, to release the funds that they froze, the customers' funds, the crypto investors' funds that they froze on July 1st, 2022, so that they could kind of restructure the company, not cause any more hardship to their investors and their crypto investors, and basically try to, do what's right. But the question is, if they were to release those funds, would the actual, let's just say, token holders whose crypto is locked up, their money is locked up into digital Voyager, would they actually get their money back? That is the question. And according to lawyers who chimed in at CNBC recently, it might not be as clear as you think. So you guys don't want to miss this one. Watch it through to the end. So welcome to Crypto Housewife channel. Please hit that bell to be notified when my next Voyager Digital video comes out. Looking to get your funds out of a collapsed crypto platform? Well, according to CNBC, don't get your hopes up. Okay. I'm not saying not get your hopes up, because let's face it, this has been a catastrophe. Some people's money is still frozen in this thing. So there's still a chance you could get your money back. But let's hear what these lawyers have to say. So we'll talk a little bit about Celsius too, because it's kind of the similar thing. But crypto platform Celsius and Voyager Digital filed for bankruptcy protection after suspending account withdrawals. So for Voyager, that happened July 1st, 2022, when they halted any withdrawals from their platform. So traders hoping to recoup some or all of their holdings anytime soon are likely to end up disappointed, according to legal experts who spoke with CNBC. So this article came out July 18th, 2022. So traders hoping to recoup their funds from failed cryptocurrency exchanges anytime soon are likely to end up in disappointment, legal experts tell CNBC. So crypto trading and lending firms Celsius and Voyager Digital filed for bankruptcy this month, leaving users' assets trapped inside their platforms. Both firms froze clients' accounts after an influx of withdrawals led to liquidity issues. Okay, so Celsius operated much like a bank, taking customers' deposits and lending them out, or making risky gambles on so-called decentralized finance products to generate high yields. So that's Celsius. Voyager had a similar model. The company got caught up in the collapse of high-profile hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, which itself went belly up after defaulting on a $660 million loan from Voyager. Now, Voyager wants to get that money back from Three Arrows Capital. And according to what I've seen from Voyager Digital, they'd like to kind of redistribute it and things like that. But can you trust them? That's the question. That's what we're hoping, that they're going to do the right thing. So such interconnectedness has left the crypto market vulnerable to contagion, with major firms falling like dominoes as a plunge in token prices has unwound excessive leverage in the system. All right. Is my crypto safe? Is it? Okay. Cryptocurrencies aren't regulated, and a lot of people are cool with that. Let's face it. Crypto traders, investors, it's all right. That's just the name of the game at this moment in time. So meaning they don't offer people the same protection they would get with money held in a bank or shares in a brokerage. And this is important because this case could set precedent. For example, U.S. Securities Investor Protection Corporation issues traders $500,000 in cash and securities if a member broker runs into financial difficulties. So we're talking securities, the stock market. The Federal Deposit Insurance Company, meanwhile, offers bank depositors protection of $250,000 if an insured lender fails. Similar in UK. Okay. With no laws governing crypto assets, now this is huge, this is where this one steps in. There's no guarantee investors would be able to recoup their funds if an exchange were to freeze someone's account. or worse yet, completely collapse. Now, this is important. No laws governing crypto assets. There's no guarantee investors would be able to recoup their funds if an exchange were to freeze someone's account. So Voyager Digital froze accounts. Now, if the courts allow Voyager Digital to unfreeze the money, the accounts, Voyager Digital, my opinion, is out of the goodness of their heart. That's the only thing governing them at this moment. If they were to start giving people back their money, it wouldn't be because they had to. That's what my understanding is. That makes me nervous. It makes me really nervous, to be honest. So there isn't such a scheme like that at this point for crypto, said Daniel Bisikoff, partner of Loeb & Loeb. It wouldn't surprise me if one happens down the line. This will ramp up calls for enhanced regulation. All right, so what if an exchange fails? But for now, it's not entirely clear. While there are examples of crypto firms filing for bankruptcy overseas, like the famous Mt. Gox in Japan, such an event is unprecedented in the United States. The creditors of Mt. Gox that went offline in 2014 are still waiting to get repaid billions of dollars worth of crypto. The problem with centralized crypto platforms is that they can mix, now this is huge, they can mix different clients' funds together to make risky bets, according to this lawyer. Okay, such commingling may lead to a ruling that the assets are the property of the exchange and not the users. Well, that makes me sick. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that one bit. That's why I said, if they unfreeze those accounts, the money might not go back to you. See that coming. I don't like this one bit. It might not. We're at people who, yeah, okay, I'm not going to say any more about that. So users may be surprised to learn that in a bankruptcy scenario, the crypto and funds held in their accounts may not be considered their own property. This guy says, exchanges will often pool different customers' crypto and funds together in the same storage wallet or account. Oh my God. So what happens to customers' funds in bankruptcy cases will depend a lot on the company's user agreement and how it used their assets, he says. The company's user agreement. So where do you find that? That would be something to look into. If you don't want to get duped, you might want to look into what their user agreement said when something like this could happen. Would it help? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, they have your money, it's frozen, and the courts are the only one who it looks like who could say, okay, release the funds. And then after that, what happens to them? All right, I'm going to skip the Celsius part. Voyager says its customers' dollars are kept in an FDIC-insured account at the Metropolitan Commercial Bank in New York. Now, this is what I don't like also. However, this claim was contested by legal experts at the bank itself. Now, you remember the other day I put out a video about this, how they're claiming that the money is there at the Met Commercial Bank in New York. But now it's coming out that this is being contested by legal experts and the bank itself. The FDIC only offers protection of funds in the event of a bank's failure, not a crypto exchange, failure. The plot thickens. I'm telling you, if they release the funds, I only hope that, and when I say they, I mean August 4th, 2022, the judge is going to hear this motion filed by Voyager Digital to have those funds released, allegedly FDIC-insured account at the Met, released. And according to Voyager Digital, it's kind of to restructure, to give money back, to stop the bleeding, so that people feel better. That's a lot of trust to give to Voyager Digital, knowing the legal aspect seems to be that they might not have to give it back. How do you like them for apples? This is horrible. I don't like this one bit. Like I said, will they do the right thing? If the judge were to say, okay, release the funds, will Voyager do the right thing? Or will the court step in and make it so people get repaid something anyway? So Voyager also laid out a plan to reimburse users with crypto in their accounts, Voyager shares, and the company's own token, as well as any debt recovered from Three Arrows. So that's Voyager's stepping up to the plate and saying, look, we're going to do what's right by offering this. Okay, I'll reread it. Voyager also laid out a plan to reimburse users with crypto in their accounts, Voyager shares, and the company's own token, as well as any debt recovered from Three Arrows. Now, Three Arrows owes them a lot. Will they ever see a nickel of that? Will they? I don't know. But this is important. So what they're saying to the court is they're going to do the right thing. Now, will they? I wouldn't want to fool the courts, that's for sure, at this point, if I were them. But like with Celsius, some of the lead guys there literally ran off, disappeared into thin air. Imagine. Okay, both Celsius and Voyager hired Kirkland & Ellis, the prestigious law firm, to represent them in court. Nice. Okay. Investors holding crypto assets through Voyager Digital and now Celsius have been placed in a difficult position with their accounts frozen, their lawsuits stayed, and the value and timing of any recoveries unknown. Another thing that also might happen, this is a stretch, this is my own thinking here, we're not going to be in this down market forever. What they might do is say at the time of, freezing the assets, so-and-so, value of their portfolio was, I'll just say it like that, I don't know, $1,000. Say this a customer whose assets they froze, $1,000. But let's say we start getting back into a bull run and Voyager Digital somehow is able to unfreeze and liquidate. And then if you had $1,000 worth of crypto, that 1,000 may have gone up to like 3,000 or 4,000 because the market changed, things are going up, but they only give you back 1,000. You see, I'm seeing that coming too. Yeah, a lot of negative things could happen, but if they actually do the right thing, customers might have a chance of getting something back. And that's a problem. How much? That's another thing. So Celsius and Voyager filed for what's known as Chapter 11, a form of bankruptcy protection that allows the firms to restructure their debts. The aim is to ensure there's still a viable business by the end of the project. So you see that the aim is to make sure there's still a viable business at the end of the process, rather. There's a strong likelihood that Celsius and Voyager's users will be treated as unsecured creditors, legal experts tell CNBC. That puts them in the same bucket as a business's suppliers and contractors. Not good. This means they would be likely be at the back of a long line of creditors lining up for a payout from the court proceedings, behind banks, employees, and tax authorities. Oh my God. Behind banks. You see, I thought it was kind of funny that now that a bunch of the crypto lenders are going down, the first thing another lender that's going down does is put their name as a creditor, say on Three Arrows Capital. So that's going to cut. Okay, Voyager says Three Arrows owes them money, and they do. So now that Voyager is a creditor, that means there's like, what was 350 million or 650 million? I can't remember what the number was. Now they're going to be ahead of crypto investors, just the regular people. They're going to be paid before the crypto investors will now. And then it's vice versa. I'm seeing that these guys are jumping right in and they're going to get in front of the lines on another exchange, a crypto lending company that's going down. You see what I mean? So customers, regular investors, regular crypto investors are really going to be at the bottom. Ooh, okay, so behind banks, employees, and tax authorities. Wow. Okay, so In general, most customers in cryptocurrency exchanges are unsecured creditors. So when an exchange collapses, secured creditors are paid back first, along with legal fees. Legal fees. Oh my gosh, and legal fees did not exist until they filed for bankruptcy. So that's another, oh my gosh. Customers will be paid last on the pro rata basis. In a typical bankruptcy, this is pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. Customers will likely wait until the full bankruptcy process is complete before receiving their money back, if anything. And bankruptcy usually lasts years. Oh, wow. Some Mt. Gox customers, for example, still haven't received anything. Okay. So how do I protect my crypto? Well, investors can opt to move their crypto off an exchange into a self-custody wallet. Yeah, we know about that. But let's just look at it for what it is. What's going to happen next? Even if say August 4th is a good day, is a day to mark a calendar, because that's when the hearing's going to be heard by a judge to find out if Voyager Digital, if the frozen assets can be released. That's going to be number one. 2, looks like crypto holders, the people whose money is frozen, are last to be paid back. That sucks. Even if Voyager Digital doesn't try to pull a fast one, you guys might not be paid back as much as you think. And that really is not right. I'm sorry, it's not right. Especially when you get lawyers in there, they're going to take a big piece of the pie. That's why, I think, honestly, that's why they want the money. They want it unfrozen so they can have some rolling capital. That's I suspect it, but I'm hoping Voyager Digital just does the right thing, gives people back their money. All they got to do, get the money back from Three Arrows. Good luck with that. And then start spreading that around too. So that would be the ideal thing. There's much more to the story. I don't want to put it all in this video. If I get the chance, I'm going to do another video later on today. That's why it's important to hit that bell. Hit that bell so that you will be notified when the next one comes out, because I'm really digging my heels into this. This is going to set a precedent, and it's very unfortunate that a lot of you guys got burned. Not only on Celsius, on Voyager. It's just terrible. So we'll try to get to the bottom of this and figure a way out how to protect ourselves better for the next time. It ain't over till it's over. The sun will shine again. This has just been a nightmare for a lot of you, and I know it has. I know it has. I read the comments. I know what's going on out there. So I will try to keep you guys informed. None of this is financial advice. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell to be notified. Hit the like. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.